Every day when Deer High School students walk into school, they pass a sign that reads Andre Reed Park. And this weekend, some of those students met the legend behind the sign. Andre Reed returned home to Allentown to help students clean up Andre Reed Park.
You know, these fields really had a big impact on my life as far as being in sports, and for them to name this park after me and get the kids from Deer here to help out and do some things here at my park, it's a big thing.
It's not how great or how much fame you've given, but have you helped somebody else? And Andre is just a perfect example of doing that unselfishly.
But for Andre, life was not easy. He had a father that battled both an alcohol and gambling addiction, and his parents were of different races, which back in the 1970s made things complicated and confusing for a young boy. His escape from it all was football.
Now, you had a great little career here in the east part of Pennsylvania. You also went to Kutztown, but it couldn't have always been easy. Can you talk a little bit about maybe some of the controversy you have faced in your career?
One thing I've always had, I've had great people in my corner, people that have really encouraged me to be the best, and that, you know, there's going to be another day where you can be better. And that's what I try to tell all these kids out here, that life is a constant struggle. It's not going to be always great for you. You got to be able to deal with the good and the bad, and it's the measure of a person of how they get up from a failure. That happened my whole life. So I was taught that from my parents, and that's, you know, part of the deal now, me teaching these kids.
Everybody has adversity, and it's a matter of how many times you can get back up, and to know that there are other people there that have gone through that have experienced the adversity, but also have helped others pull themselves up.
Clearly, Deer High School means a lot to John, to Andre, and to the entire Allentown community. Through the hardships and through the adversity, they have held on to their Husky pride. And next year, Andre Reed Park will be getting some upgrades to their baseball field thanks to the Iron Pigs, who support their everlasting devotion to their school.
I mean, this is where I grew as a kid, and as you get older in life, your responsibilities get bigger. You know, this place means a lot to me. Doing some work here and trying to clean up the park a little bit is a plus.
Andre cares about Deer High School because Deer High School cared about him first. Now he uses his platform to teach young people about life and how one day in particular changed him forever.
You were obviously a part of a game that everybody knows. We know it as the comeback. You played in it. Can you tell us about that day and maybe the life lesson that you drew out of that?
That game really epitomized what my whole life had been about, is never giving up, and a fundamental basis for me talking to these kids that I didn't have anything. I came from the south side of Allentown. You know, I lived with an interracial family. I mean, I had a lot of different adversities, and sports was not only a way of coping with that, but it really, you know, set the tone for my life.